Second half of this final game of the women's division of the USAFL Central Regional Championship for 2018. About to get underway here in Nashville. The sports, the Denver Lady Bulldogs 5-4-34 and the Texas Heat 2 behind. Brian Barish with you. We're underway here in Nashville for the final 20 minutes, and there is Felicity Harrison who kicks it, but it's picked off by Jessica Gray. Gray will go out to the near side. Winters couldn't get that away from Thexton, and Thexton was able to spoil Winters to spring Gray. Gray will go up into the pocket. Masher Mace takes a nice mark against Bollinger, and she was always going to win that one. She was just a little bit taller and just a little bit stronger, and you could see her smiling on her way back. So here is Caitlin Masher Mace. Throws that one on to the right. That's a pretty good kick off the boot, and that is another kick, another goal for Caitlin Masher Mace, her second of the game, her fifth of the afternoon. 6-4-40 for the Denver Lady Bulldogs, 2 points for the Texas Heat. The Denver Lady Bulldogs, one thing that I've noticed is that I've seen over the years is that all of their players have a lot of sporting backgrounds, a lot of very diverse sporting backgrounds. And Masher Mace, as we mentioned in the first game, is a nationally ranked sumo wrestler, took third place in both the heavyweight and open weight competitions last year, didn't compete in 2018. She also is a lacrosse player. She was also played gridiron football and other sports as well. So she has a lot in her background. As they go up to the near side, looking for Roner. Staying with it, however, is Ryan, who dropped the footy. We're checking that was Sparling, who dropped the footy, and it'll be a free kick to Roner, who did a very good job in applying pressure. So Roner, who kicked one in the earlier game against the Midwest All-Stars. She'll go back, sends that one on its way as a wounded duck. It's going to be in short. Comes back into play. Swing and a miss there by Doe, but then picking it up is Bagley, pursued by Thexton. She was able to get away from Thexton. Looked for Smith, who dropped the footy, but it was a kick attempt. And then playing that one on was Tori Ryan. Going down deep, picked up by Bremner, who's going to send it back from whence it came. And Winters with a fresh air shot. There's Thexton. Thexton lines up, squares up for a goal, but it's offline through for another minor score. 6-5-41 for Denver. As Taylor Ballinger directing traffic. Ballinger out to the far side. One-on-one contest, Thexton with the spoil. 3 white jumpers there, and then just soccering that one on was Teroy. Celeste Teroy probably should have gone over and picked that up, and in fact it is out of bounds on the full. A little bit of an experience there, but it'll be a free kick. It'll be Gray, who plays off the mark. That one goes up high, smashed down by Ballinger, who did well. Ballinger held off Thexton from the ball, no call, and Ballinger is able to get away. That probably should have been called, it wasn't. Goes down the pike, as there is Koo, who dropped the footy, and now sent that one up high, juggled and dropped by Winters, who puts that one on to the left. And then here comes Gray. Gray with a kick, but Ballinger, over the top went Roner, who took the footy, but she was taken down. She got it off to Koo, who slams it home. Wow, almost a specky taken by Sarah Roner, who came up over the top, but there was Zoe Doe. I mentioned it was Koo, but Doe puts home her first goal in league footy. 7-5-47. Oh, check that. That is through for a behind. I thought that was a behind. I think they were just applauding the effort. So we'll do the Robin Williams rewind there. 6-6-36 is the score, or 6-6-42 rather. All sorts of mistakes. And it'll be a free kick to Roner. Roner went up high. Great job by Doe to get free, and man, Roner got up high. As Rex Hunt used to say, she got higher than Joe Cocker. Ball goes up, and here they're looking for Masher Mace, looking for the punch, and a nice mark by Winters, who took it. Good job by Crystal Winters. So Winters showing that she's not afraid, not a very good kick. Ballinger, Thexton will stay on it. Pursued by Ballinger. Looks in the middle for Koo. Koo's kick is good. Got a Shepherd, and then punched through by Sparling. Great job by Sparling as Masher Mace tried to clear out, actually did succeed in clearing out her defender, but it's through for another minor score. 6-7, 43 to 2 behind. A lot of 1-percenters being done by this Texas side, and you knew it was always going to be tough against the 6-time national champions, but Sparling stays with it, and then she got pushed off the ball. It's out of bounds. And it's a free kick as Roner helps her up after the little extra shove. Nothing in that, she was just playing the ball. Boundary throw it. Ball comes spinning back in the play, as that was Wells who was shoved this side. Koo stayed with the footy, stays with it again, going after it, and then Koo shoves aside Sparling. And there will be a ball up. Ball comes back in the play. Again, now that's Wells in the ruck. Wells doing a little bit better against Kastanek than Rebar was, but Rebar was still holding her own. Bruce on the long handball, sends that one long. Bagley takes the uncontested mark. So Aubrey Bagley will look around. She's in the true halfback, center halfback position. Kicks that one off to the left side, goes up high, knocked down by Hurtado. They handball it to Bremner, sending that one goalward, and another mark by Aubrey Bagley, who once again is making her case for best and fairest, the MVP of this women's tournament. She was most consistent. Came damn close to winning best and fairest at Nationals last year in her debut performance. On that, Noel took Gray down, and the umpire says play on. Over to chase it there is Doe. Doe will put that one up high. It'll drop in front of Kastanek, but there's Winters with a stabby kick, got more grass than anything. As Smith goes to Noel, Gray hauls her down, holding the ball, and a great tackle by Jess Gray. So a good little build-up there in the back by Texas. That one is centered in. Long kick. Bagley couldn't get to it. Picked up. Bagley handballs it over to Ryan. Tori Ryan from Newfoundland, Canada. And there is Thexton who got it. She spurred that one on. Ballinger couldn't get to it. Doe couldn't get to it there. Picked up by Ballinger, but right to Hurtado. That was absolutely a throw. It wasn't called. And then Bremner looking for Gray. Beatty is on her hammer, but here is Wells who's able to clear it, but it deflects off a player. It comes back to Bremner. Bremner squares up from 40 meters out. That'll skip. It'll hop. Oh, Rebar! Oh, Haley Rebar. What a selfless effort there by the rookie from San Antonio. 6'8", 44. What a job. And Rebar, she could have been very close to being out of the square, but it wasn't. A traffic collision. Oh, big tackle by Bagley, and then she was fallen on top of by Kastanek. And she's lucky she got up there, because I'll tell you what, that was painful. Here is Gray. 60 meters out, scrambling the Jets. Looking up again, Roner. Ball goes to ground, and again it's Bagley. She's able to get it away as Hurtado was on her hammer. Turned it over now to Gray. Gray sends it back. They got a player down, and it's marked by Masher Mace. But there is a player down for Denver. And I'm not quite, I have an idea as to who it might be, but I'm not 100% sure. But meanwhile, Masher Mace is put through the behind, and it is Roner who is getting up. So 6-9, 16-45 for Denver. I think Boosterell is and the Bulldogs are probably going to want to see a little bit more accuracy here, especially with these fairly decent-sized targets. Bruce makes a nice intercept mark off the kick by Sparling. So the Lady Bulldogs, looking at their second consecutive regional title, they took out the West last year before moving to the Central region this year. And they'll play on as Noel dives in to clear out Gray. It's a backwards kick. Over to get it is Rebar. Rebar, don't argue, applied to Bremner and kicked that one on to the left. Shoved out of the way was Smith from Castanek. Gray able to pick it up. Gray goes down. Gray goes and gets it again. Quick kick onto the right foot. It skips by Masher Mays. Ballinger is able to clear out Roner, but Roner was able to just get a foot to it, but was on the wrong side. Threw for another behind. 6-10-46 for the Lady Bulldogs. Still 2 points for the Texas Heat. And if nothing else, a lot of these has Ballinger doing a fantastic job to force them into mistakes. So it's not just unforced errors. A lot of these are pressure, as that one has stepped up, and it's Hurtado again who takes the mark 30 meters out. Hurtado kicks that one in. Masher Mace couldn't handle it. Another behind. No, it bounced and went out of bounds. And so it'll be a free kick from the left back pocket. Here is Ballinger. I thought it was out on the full, but it is a throw-in. So Denver will take this opportunity here. It'll be a boundary throw-in. So here we go. It's a one-on-one contest as Rebar up against Masher Mason. Rebar won it. She's still down, however. I think she might have copped one in the head, but clears out to the far side where Castanek has it. Rebar is up, but she is slow to get up, and that one is up high. She goes and she throws her body again. Really impressed with that young lady, as once again Roner is in there. And that will be a ball up as Sarah Roner. And so Rebar very slowly walking into the ruck. And she'll go up against Masher Mace. Rebar knocks it down. Kick that one in was Noel. Just got it away out to the side. Trying to at least get something going. Over to get it was Harrison. Boundary line wins. Boundary throwing. 6-10-46 Denver. 2 behinds for Texas, who have played fantastically. And they did so in a very, very hearty victory earlier today. The ball comes spinning back in, and I think the umpire wants to do that again, and he will. Ball will come spinning back into play, as knocking it down was Harrison, but it went to Gray. Rather, that was Wells. Rebar jump, probably shouldn't have to take the mark. And Ballinger bootlegs around, gets away from Doe, and then that one jumped up, dropping the footy, and that one is pushed in the back. It'll be a free kick. And it will go the way of Julia Wells. So here is Wells, looking left, looking right, goes up the side, drops in front, looking for Castanek, who gets the footy. Castanek handballs back, looking for Koo. Koo throws that one onto the right, looking into the middle. Castanek bumped into Bagley. Hurtado won it, however, goes into the middle looking for Doe. Doe couldn't get it, however, as Rebar uses her weight to win the football and then got it off to Ryan, who got it away. Ryan looking down the middle, looking and then getting shoved in the back, and that should be called, and it will be. And the free kick will go to Maggie Fenn. Or rather, I'm sorry, that's Beth Nolenberger. So Nolenberger went, and that one is dropped. And then thrown to the ground. Harrison played on, they say. Noel was taken down, and that's going to be holding the ball. And slow to get up is Hurtado, and I will tell you what, these ladies have played 2 games. It's not as hot as it was 3-4 hours ago, but it is still pretty warm as they go up the side. And looking for Bremner. Bremner in there, Bagley. Harrison joins as well over the top. Bounces to Harrison, drops the hill. Pick that one up as Bagley. Can they get something offensive here? Can the Heat up the far side? And that one will roll and skip and go out of bounds. Another boundary throw-in. That's from the downhill field. They still have a little bit of time here. 6:10:46 Denver. This is two behind for Texas. It's their first foray forward in some time. There's a kick on the left. It's heading towards the goal. Rice going back to get it, and Smith gives it over to Beatty. Oh, Beatty couldn't handle it cleanly, and Newell trying to get it out and does. Comes up to the far into the right pocket. It's picked up, and here comes Emily Rice. Rice throws that one onto the right, into the middle. It drops in front of Sparling. Oh, Sparling was hit by Roner. They should play advantage. They're not going to, as Sexton picked it up. In fact, that's why they didn't, is because it was a high tackle. So a free kick to Jackie Sparling. Another one of Texas natives on this Texas Heat team. Largely based in Houston. Oh, big hit, Rebar! Oh, Rebar laid into Hurtado. My goodness gracious. She does remind me a lot of Liz Danielson of Sacramento. But the one difference is Liz is shorter. She doesn't play ruck. And now she's down, I believe, with a cramp. Either that or she may have twisted her ankle. But in any event, they've got a player down behind the play. They throw that one onto the right, and she is hurt. They're trying to get them to stop the game here, and Gray able to handle off. Again, Rebar is hurt. I'll tell you what, she's really thrown her body at the football. Hurtado kicks that one into the middle. So Texas playing down a player at the moment. Sexton hammers it back. There's Gray. Gray will kick that one in. It skips by Bellinger, and then over to get it is Bagley in the last line of defense, and she's able to get it away. She goes up the far side, looking for, I believe that was Sparling. In fact, it was Harrison. They give it to Gray. Gray with a long kick, and it's marked by Doe. So here is Doe, who very nearly had her first goal in league football. We thought it was a goal, but it wasn't. But she'll go back from 30 meters out. The umpire lines are up.
Right here, over my head.
Here, they're gonna give it off to Roner. Roner's kick is on the way, and Roner's kick is worth 6 points. So Doe probably could have taken it. Instead, Roner called for the footy. She was wide open. That's a good veteran call. First goal in the game for Roner, second on the afternoon. That takes her on. They take Denver on 7-10, 52. 2 points only for the Texas Heat. The scoreboard's a little behind over there, but in any event, it is 52-2. Denver, who put up 52 in their first game of the afternoon against the Midwest All-Stars, who also played a fantastic game and played a fantastic set of games with a bunch of up-and-coming women's programs across this central region. And that looked like holding the ball, and it will be a free kick. So here's an opportunity in the dying embers of the game for Texas. As Noel throws that one onto the right, it drops in front of Harrison, who gets bumped off the footy by Rice, who got taken down. Bagley picked it up. Bagley spins around. Smith got that one on, and then down she goes. It's picked up as Nolenberger thumbs that one through, handballed it back, and they try to get it out, and they do finally through Bruce, and then it's juggled and caught by Roner. Of course, Denver playing this game without T. Hayden, who went down with a knee injury in the first game. But they've done well without her, and here comes a kick in from a sliding Webster in on a sliding Vasher Mace, and Sexton just throws that one onto the boot, and it goes out on the full. Yes. Waning moments. That one is kicked by Ballinger, straight down, and that's it. So full time, and the Denver Lady Bulldogs are your 2018 Central Regional Champions. They have done so in convincing style today over the Texas Heat in the final game. The final score, it's Denver, 7 goals, 10 behinds, 52 points. The Texas Heat, 2 behinds. Goal kickers, Masher had 2, and Singletons for Rice, Kastanek, Gray, Hurtado, Thexton, and Roner. But hey, give it up for the Texas Heat, who knew they were going to have a challenge today against this Denver Lady Bulldogs side, and they met every single one of them. Haley Rebar had a fantastic game, as did Bagley. She may end up getting, it'll be interesting to see if it'll be her or somebody on the Denver Lady Bulldogs who end up getting best and fairest. You can catch all the happenings of the USAFL to see who won on USAFL.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/USAFL, and on Twitter at USAFL1997. For Sam, our camera person who did a fantastic job today,
Toodles.
I'm Brian Barish saying so long from Nashville.